And then we just type up a crew list, and we've got our passwords. So we've got 3 stops we've got made. After 5 days of cruising from Panama City, we entered Costa Rica and anchored in Golfito Bay in front of a cruiser-friendly marina, Banana Bay Marina. One of the questions that we often get, and have so far successfully evaded because of what I call a lack of enough long-term data, is how much does it cost to cruise full-time? One of the things that we can answer for sure is that staying out of marinas as much as possible is a big way to keep expenses under control. In some places, it's possible to anchor out but still access facilities at marinas and resorts, and Banana Bay in Costa Rica is one of those places. The people that run Banana Bay are welcoming to cruisers and even can help manage clearance into the country for a small fee, a service that we took advantage of. As long as we bought food in the waterfront restaurant occasionally, they had no problem with us tying up our tender and hanging out and using their Wi-Fi and lounging in the bar. The staff at Banana Bay helped us with the paperwork and check-in procedure to clear into Costa Rica for a small fee of about $50, which was money well spent in our opinion. We hopped into a taxi with a fellow cruiser from Russia, and our first stop was the immigration office. Finishing up with immigration, back into the taxi to the aduana or customs agency. Our taxi driver also served as our guide around Golfito, and he walked us through a busy market to the aduana. The driver helped us to translate, but we also made good use of our Spanish for Cruisers book. Again for a trip back to the marina to wait for the port captain and agricultural inspector.
The inspector, he may need to go with you to the boat.
Okay, no problem.
So we're gonna first do the check-in with him and we'll get out. No problem. I'll take you, okay?
The port captain arrived and inspected our documents and took care of some paperwork in the bar at Banana Bay.
Me comuniqué con mi staff. Que está solo, entonces que se puede ir usted a la oficina de Estados
After the port captain, the final step was an agricultural inspection. We took an inspector out to our boat in the anchorage so that he could make sure we weren't bringing any contraband food into the country, looked around a little bit, and then we took him back to the marina. One of the best things about our short stay in Golfito was the very welcoming cruising community, both in the anchorage and in the marina. There were an abundance of boats with families with kids, and one of the moms, who is a school teacher, even hosted an impromptu robot programming class in the Banana Bay bar one afternoon. We explored Golfito Bay and its estuaries several times in search of wildlife, and we were rewarded almost every time with sightings of monkeys and all kinds of birds. Toucans were elusive, but we did manage to spot a couple high in the trees, far up in one of the estuaries. Our final day in Golfito ended with a party for cruisers at Banana Bay Marina hosted by the organizers of the Panama Posse Cruising Rally. After about 5 days in Golfito, we got underway to the town of Quepos, which is roughly in the middle of the Pacific coast of Costa Rica. It's a big spot for sport fishing, especially billfish, and the marina where we decided to stay is even called Pez Vela, which means sailfish in Spanish. Despite wanting to stay out of marinas, we had some work to do on the boat and we were rotating crew, so we decided to stay in the marina for a week. Marina Pez Vela gives a discount to Panama Posse Cruising Rally participants, but even with the discount, it's an expensive place to park a boat. It's a really nice modern facility though with a boatyard, and it allows easy access to the highly visited Manuel Antonio National Park. In between boat projects, we spent some time exploring the local jungle, relaxing in the marina, watching the sport fishing boats come and go, and managed to catch a couple of amazing sunsets. We also spent a fair amount of time admiring the beautiful Nordhavn 100, Serenity, which is set up to catch fish anywhere in the world. A highlight of our stay in Quepos for Cassidy was meeting up with our old au pair from Costa Rica, who lived with us for a year before we went cruising.
I'm so excited because I get to see my old au pair in Costa Rica.
After a week on the docks, it was time to start heading north towards the Costa Rica-Nicaragua border to check out of Costa Rica and to prepare for a long coastal passage to Mexico.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell.